We're back, Maverick. We're back.
He's like, woman? Okay, you don't have to attack me with your tail.
Okay, you're gonna sit in her lap? Oh, no, you're gonna sit in between us. Okay. You wanna intro it for us? What's up? What's up, guys? We're back. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna start all over.
Okay. I was like, wait, what do we say next?
I know, I was like, wait, what the? Hey, guys. Welcome back. I'm your host, Monica.
I'm Miranda.
And this is What the Fuck Is This Podcast? Where we talk about shows, maybe movies, later on. We'll figure out after we're done with Riverdale. We are currently on Riverdale Season 3.
Yes, we're starting season 3 today.
Woo! Once again, Marina has 3 dogs and 1 cat, so if you hear them in the background, they're going to be moving around a lot.
Maverick is joining us today. This is the firstborn.
This is our first guest.
First official podcast.
Oh, are you tired of us already?
I wanted a shake. Hey, shake. Show your tricks. Shake. Thank you. You missed my hand, but I appreciate it. There we go.
Good boy.
You said, Mom.
Oh, I left my pillow over here.
I'm no show pony.
All right. So before we start talking about season 3, the worst season so far,
Oh my god, and we're only halfway through it.
I'm gonna talk about the book I'm currently reading, which is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin.
Ooh. Yeah. Nowlin.
Nowlin. I'm not that far into this book. I can tell you the page number. On chapter 6, page 25. But I got this off of Book Talk because it says it's going to make me cry.
Yeah.
But basically, it's about this girl that's in love with her neighbor. What I've learned so far, okay, the way the book starts off is really interesting, and then it gets kind of slow. Excuse me. I read the first chapter very, very fast, and the next ones are kind of like a slow read for me, because I feel like this is a very lovey-dovey book, and I am not into this. This is not my type of book, but I'm reading it anyways, because I already bought it. But it starts off, and it's talking about the main character, the guy. He's in a car crash with this girl that he's been dating, and it, like, the way she describes it, like, it has so much detail, but it's so good. And it talks about, like, oh, was he thinking of me while she was like, when he sees the girl flying out of the windshield, like, all this, like, the detail is so deep when they're talking about this car crash, but it works so well. Like, in the other book, it was just too much detail about nonsense. I'm trying to talk. But yeah, so it was a very good, fast first chapter. I ate it up so quick. And so then the next couple of chapters are explaining the main characters and how they met. So basically his mom, she was doing a rich guy, she got pregnant, he didn't want anything to do with the kid, so she had it. She was like, okay, you don't have to be a part of his life if you buy me his house. So they move into this house, they live there, and then the girl main character's mom, she's pregnant with her at the same time, so they would go on like walks together while they were pregnant. They basically did everything together.
Cute.
Pregnant. The boy mom, she gives birth first, and then a week later the girl is born, and basically they're best friends up until like the end of 8th grade. The guy turns into kind of like a jock. He's in with like the popular crowd, and then she turns into like emo scene girl, and so she has her own like clique or whatever. But then she loses like half her friends because they make the cheer squad for high school, and and she doesn't. And so she turns even more emo. She starts dressing like it more. And then it talks about them creating like their own cliques when they go off to high school. And basically she's with this guy, and like her mom's out of town, and this guy's over, and they're like making out and stuff, and she's like, I don't know if I'm ready for the next move. And he's like, well, like, why'd you invite me over, basically? But then they hear a noise downstairs.
I'm sorry, I'm never gonna get over it. Why did you invite me over?
Yeah. And then so
Casual conversation.
So then they hear a noise downstairs, and she's like, oh, it's probably him. Like, they come over all the time, like, it's normal. And he was like, what? Like, the guy that she has over is like, no, it's not normal. And then they go downstairs, and sure enough, he's like looking in the thing, in the fridge for eggs. She like hands him the eggs or whatever, and then they go there, like, he leaves. Come on.
He's waiting for his command.
He was like looking at me. And then he leaves, and then the guy that she had over is like, oh, that's really weird. I didn't think he was actually feeling y'all were that close. Y'all don't even talk to each other at school. And he's like, yeah, no. She's like, yeah, no, we don't. Like, we had a falling out. Like, it wasn't like a falling out, but they just stopped being friends so far. But that's where I'm at. It's taking me forever because it's very lovey-dovey. And like she likes him, but he's like jock.
It's like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, that's it for my book tea for now. Hopefully I'll have finished it by the next time we record.
Yeah.
Probably will. Probably have another book to talk about.
Well, that leaves only Riverdale, unfortunately.
This season with a passion.
I am really struggling because, okay, not only have we watched like a ton of Riverdale recently, so it's getting a little painful. This season in general is just painful to watch.
It's painful to watch and analyze.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, there's so much, like, literally I could write a book on each episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's so fucking hard. And then I'm like, do I need to write this down? Do I not need to write this down?
I'm starting to analyze what the fuck. Like,
yeah, like
I'm
what
like,
is
this is just a whole different standard than I was going by in season. What?
Miranda's dog just threw up a
No.
broccoli.
Okay, so Goose, he's the middle baby. What he likes to do is he puts a mouthful of his food in his mouth and then he walks around somewhere to eat it somewhere else. He just needs a snack on the go, okay? He's burning the calories he's intaking, right? Well, they get fresh fruit and veggies for their diet and everything. And so he just comes over here with only the cauliflower in his mouth. He did not pick anything else out of his bowl. And he was just like, look at it. So he was just snacking on the go.
It's a nice distraction from what the hell we're about to go through for this. Honestly, if we could skip season 3, I would.
I know, but we can't.
But we have to sit through season 3 to get to the good part, which is all about the farm.
Yeah.
And Mr. Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah. It really does build to the farm,
Mhm.
but this is just a lot of ridiculousness.
So going into season 3, they are now juniors in high school.
Right. Because it starts with, we're on Labor Day weekend,
Yes.
and all summer was spent with Archie's trial.
Also, when does their school start?
I guess the week after Labor Day. Like, Labor Day weekend is their last summer weekend.
When
Which
Labor
is
Day,
extremely late. So it'll be like September 5th this year. Because it's the first Monday of September,
Yeah.
I believe.
But that's not like, I was just questioning that the whole time. Your reaction was so late.
It's so late. Because I saw it out of the corner of my eye and I realized what was happening.
But anyways, their school starts very, very late.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was questioning that a lot.
Okay.
But last season, we left off with Archie got arrested.
And Jug and Betty are Serpent King and Queen.
And
Cheryl and Tony are together. Jug and Betty are together. Varchie is together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to call them Varchi now because of their t-shirts. I need one.
What would yours be? Huh? I'm trying to think of what yours would be.
Dude, I know because we're Matthew and Miranda. So,
Matthew.
yeah, Matthew or Matt-anda.
Matt-anda.
Those are our couples right now. I don't think we have anyone else. Besides the fact that at the pool party we do learn Josie and
Sweet Pea.
had a thing,
Yeah.
but no, nothing's happening with Reggie or any of our other
That we know.
main side characters.
Yes.
So, okay.
So it starts off at the courthouse. Archie might go to jail. It ends. Hiram says something to Archie, and then Fred punches Hiram. Go fucking Fred.
Red. We love you.
And this is when we start hearing more about the farm, and
It's
they like
in full swing now.
Yeah, they fully name Edgar.
Mhm.
Evan never.
Evan never. Evan never.
Evan never. Never ever.
Edgar Evan never. I thought it would be more helpful for me to say Edgar, but
No, it's
never
worse.
mind. It's worse. Okay.
Edgar never. I can't even say it anymore. Oh,
Okay.
Melissa.
Yes, we have a name to the farm.
The serpents are living in Tent City.
Oh yeah. And then I did have a question though when Cheryl rolls up because she's been emancipated and she said she would be taking care of Nana Rose. But then the first thing is she's like, our 3-month bike trip. I was like, who's taking care of Nana Rose?
This woman is blind.
Which is normal. Happening over here.
They're looking for their broccoli.
They're like, mommy, chicken on the couch. Okay.
I just
But
don't.
yeah, she's blind. You're gonna just give her back to Penelope.
She has dementia.
Yeah, you didn't give her back to Penelope. Anyways.
Archie gets a serpent tattoo.
Yes, which this part drove me crazy from Jughead. He walks up and he's like, when you get in there, or if you get in there, but we all know it's when, you need to roll with that crew, they're gonna protect you. I was like, it's almost like that's what they told you to do at the beginning of season fucking 2 when you go to Southside, and you're like, no, I'm gonna be fine. Wait, now you're gonna sit here and lecture Archie? Fuck no, baby.
But also, what? I know he's doing it to, protect his friend or whatever, but at the same time, it's like,
They were trying to protect their friend.
Yeah, it just doesn't
I
make
just,
any sense.
I was like, that's so, double standards. Okay.
I did write down, FP wearing glasses, so hot.
Yeah.
Like that? Ugh, that man?
Yeah.
So
That was a
hot.
good one. Ugh.
Oh, and then we find out the fucking badass fucking little ghoulies, they stole fucking hot dog.
Yeah.
What the fuck the dog gotta do with
The
it?
disrespect. Yeah, what does the dog
What
have
is
to
that
do?
meme? What the dog doing?
Yes.
Literally hot dog out of all people. But I do love that they come together and they're like, we gotta get a
We
hot
gotta
dog.
get a hot dog. Yeah. And then I want to know what's going on with Tony's dye job. Did you notice it?
Oh, kind of.
Okay, because I know I can't talk shit right now, but at least my whole head of hair is dirty blonde and I just get it lightened. I know I need to go get it touched up, but at this point, I'll just wait and I'll do it right before Matthew comes back, and then
Yeah. But
it's fine. But hers is pink to brown, and it's just bam, a wide ass
Oh.
chunk, and I'm like, girlfriend, you need to go get this touched
she was
up.
road tripping. She couldn't.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, proof they were road tripping, huh? Okay.
Oh, and then they go to the river that one time gave them leeches.
Yeah.
And then they casually swimming in it.
They're just swimming in it.
And then
But I did love the hella old car on the way there, but we're listening to a 5 Sauce song.
But then also Archie's driving shirtless, and then they get there and he has a shirt on. So at the end of the night, they're talking about it or whatever, and Jughead is talking to Betty, and Jughead puts his freaking hat on Betty.
Yeah, his sweaty ass.
I literally
beanie.
put ew smelly because we've never seen him take it off.
Well, that's the whole point. Is my favorite speech from him, and his
Yeah.
No, we haven't, Jug.
No. So you wear that all the time. I know it's gonna be stinky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cute gesture,
Mm-hmm.
but it's gross.
Ugh. Okay.
I put Cheryl's a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Katniss Everdeen, Cheryl Blossom is a good shot.
Yeah. So I think that brings us into. I mean, B and B are gonna go tamper with a jury. No big deal.
Oh yeah.
But then that.
The Gargoyle King is real.
Mhm.
This is when we start getting into D&D
That's what I was just
and
about to say.
doily.
We're about to bring on the G&G establishment, and there's another murder with the Gargoyle King. They sacrifice themselves again. Ben, this is like his 4th appearance. Ben is like, he was in season 1 at the drive-in, and then he was Miss Grundy's student. He had another appearance in late season 2, and here he is again. I wrote final, but then I crossed it out because it's not final yet.
Yeah.
So we're building up the farm and G&G right now,
Yes.
which we love. One of the two things.
Can you guess?
Which one we don't love.
Archie decides to plead guilty,
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
and then we find out Hiram is literally doing this to pain Veronica.
Yeah,
Like, he's only doing this to punish her.
yeah.
And then at the end of the episode,
We get floating babies.
like, I don't understand that part.
No, I don't either. Because I feel like it implies something else about the farm. And we've watched a little bit of the farm and like.
No, we've watched to the end of the farm.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we do see
Yes.
Chad Michael Murray's send-off.
But, like, it doesn't
It's
make any
not what
sense.
they're about. They're not mythical. They're not.
Yeah.
They're just a cult, like regular vibe cult.
Yeah. So I'm just very confused.
Because then she goes on to lie about the babies, saying it was a hallucination of her seizure, and I'm like, no, it's
No.
not.
I'm also
Why
trying
are
to
you
think,
lying?
what if they were trying to include the other storyline of, like, so we do know that further on, we haven't seen these episodes or anything, they do, like,
Sabrina.
a Sabrina
Yeah.
Teenage Witch, like,
But the whole
mix.
I see
That's
what
okay.
you're saying.
But that's the only explanation that I could think of that
Yeah,
would make sense. But in this
but
part,
this is
during this
specifically
time-
like this is a farm gathering.
Yeah,
So,
no.
anyways,
and then Betty has a seizure.
yes. So then it starts with Betty and Alice, and they're lying about the floating babies to her.
I'm just like, if anything, she would have been way more interested to join the farm if you would have told her, like, we're doing magic.
I think so. I would be.
Delton Doily is dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. him.
And Ben is in the hospital. Good, we're gonna chill out.
And then, randomly, they decided to change the morgue guy. And then he's like, oh, he died.
Being cornerer, it's a family business, didn't you know? You know, you pass it down to your children.
Like, don't you have to go to school for that? Like, you just casually, like, oh, I'm his son. I know what deals he had going on. Come on.
Exactly. I did just want to talk about the fact that why did this scene about Cheryl trying to become the president instead of Archie need to take place in the locker room without anyone's shirt on besides Veronica? Why are we all in there in our bra? Like, what, we're trying to have the sexy element, writers?
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Ow. You stepped on me. Okay.
After we see the coroner, we meet Evelyn.
Evelyn, the girl from the farm, all of a sudden now is enrolled in school.
Yes.
It's like a,
Um,
it doesn't make any sense.
no, it doesn't. And then I know we go on to get that whole explanation, but I still feel like it doesn't make sense knowing that explanation.
Archie gets beat the fuck up by the ghoulies in jail
Yeah.
because he didn't want to shank one of them. I'm sorry. If I'm going to prison, I'm going to do anything so I can earn protection.
I
I'm a
didn't
weak little bitch,
understand
like-
how. Why does Joaquin know Archie didn't earn serpent trust on the outside?
That's true.
I
Also-
understand his like theory that it was just given to him because yeah it was, but what if he did something on the outside to
Yeah.
get it and earn it? They're not in contact.
Also, like, I like how I don't think Joaquin was brought up at all in season 2.
No, not
Other
really.
than like the beginning, maybe.
Yeah.
But he just like disappeared. Apparently he's in jail.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Also, for this season, I was very confused. I thought that the jail that Archie was in was the one that they had, like, that Hiram had built already.
No, I don't think it's built yet.
It's not, but it, like, for some reason it makes it seem as though it is. Because later on he's like, oh yeah, no, it's stupid.
Okay.
And then they go to the secret bunker.
Yeah, whose bunker is this?
It's Dylan Doyley's.
Oh.
That's why they go, because then
Why does
Ethel
he
tells
have
them.
Why does he have a bunker?
I don't know. But then that fucking kid is hiding in there.
Yeah, but why does he have a bunker?
So we can play G&G. Also, what's up with all these shows nowadays? Like, Stranger Things is doing Dungeons and Dragons. This one's doing G&G, which is basically Dungeons and Dragons.
It is.
Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. What do you have next? Because I know what I want to talk about next.
Betty didn't tell Jug she had a seizure?
Oh, yeah, what was that? Hey. Why did Betty not tell Jug about her seizure?
Right? And then later on, Alice is like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you. I thought he would have already known.
Yeah, which he should have.
Like, I don't get why Alice is apologizing for that.
Right, because he should have. Other than, like, she's trying to be a decent mom, I guess. Like, I didn't mean to be nosy. Can we talk about the scene in the yard yet?
When they're about to play football? Or
You know the highs and lows of high school football.
I literally wrote, I dropped out of the 4th grade to run drugs.
For my Nana. And I was just like, 4th grade? That was when you made that decision? How old are you in 4th grade? Like 8?
Let's see, my niece is 7 and she's in 2nd.
So 9.
Yeah.
You dropped out when you were 9 years old. That's worse than Jughead going to juvie at like 10. You don't know the highs and lows of high school football.
Apparently football is fucking
great. Life changing. You just yeah. Okay.
I just can't get over that line.
No.
I could not stop crying.
Because you're losing your mind when he's like, then you don't, or I dropped out in the 4th grade, and then Archie's like, well then you don't know the highs and lows of high school football, and I'm like,
this man barely knows how to fucking read, and you're telling me like he needs to know how to play football?
I do want to know what Mad Dog did to get locked up for this long. And there's no end in sight for my man.
Yeah, no. I wrote like, what does Mad Dog do?
Yeah.
Because like, you don't really know anything. He just has a whole bunch of shit. So that's kind of like, what the fuck he... But yeah, I want to know what got him into juvenile detention. And then he's good. And then apparently he's going to move on to like, state prison like, afterward.
Yeah, he's got big plans in the prison system.
And then like,
what did he do?
I understand like now why the ward, like he wasn't allowed to see like his sisters and his brother or whatever. Like I get it now, but at the same time it's like, in what world?
Yeah, I don't know.
In what world?
I didn't get that.
This is when Griffins and Gargoyles starts to come and play even more. And then the football game actually happens.
Yeah, and the cheerleaders show up to sing Jailhouse Rock outside. And the boys are on the fence like goddamn animals. Woo!
But like
shaking it and screaming. I'm like, no.
Like, what did you, like, the Vixens and Veronica, what did you, like, other than, like, to rile the boys up, what else is that gonna do?
Exactly.
You're just gonna get them horned up and that's it.
Yeah, you can't go in there. You can't go see them. Cheryl and Tony are gay. They don't even care.
Yeah. And then Hiram shows up?
Oh, yeah. And then, middle of the song, you can hear him in the background, dancing to the jail. And then, Veronica's just like, Dad, what are you doing here? Now go finish your dance number. Your boyfriend's waiting.
And then the guard looks at Hiram and Hiram's like, go. He does his little look. And then a riot happens in the jail, but it's not really a fucking riot.
Mm-mm.
And then apparently they're saying Mad Dog died during the riots because he's disappeared.
And she's like, he wasn't even in the yard. And I was like, thank you. Like, He wasn't. Why are we going with this story?
I don't know.
And then all the women, or not all the women yet, sorry, but Ethel has a seizure. So we're establishing the concept that it's women. It's an issue for women.
Okay. And then, can we talk about Veronica's undercover look? I'm sorry. That everybody knows that it's 100% you.
Yeah, no. It's a bad wig, but hey, at least you get a shout out in the show. So good on you. Yeah, no, that's a terrible fucking wig.
Yeah. No.
Then Ben dies. Jumps out the window.
Yeah. And then we find out that all the parents have something to hide. Like, all the parents together have something to hide. 3, we start to a juicy start.
Oh my God.
With my baby boy, FP, with fucking Alice in bed. Like, they're laying in the bed, all cuddled up, talking to each other. Which, like,
lack of clothing.
It's, like, it's nice to see them together, but it's so weird.
It's very weird.
You had a kid in common, and now your kids are dating? Like, I don't know. It gives me weird vibes. I don't really, like, I don't like that. No. But after seeing, like, the flashback episode, I do like seeing them together.
I do like them together.
But it's just weird.
I like them together a lot.
Yeah.
So then Veronica goes to Cheryl and Tony, who are taking pics in this chair in Tent City. And she wants to figure out about, like, the jingle lab that her dad is running. We find out that Tony, at some point before becoming 16 fucking years old, was a fucking bartender at the White Worm.
So she knows all the ins and outs.
So she knows all the ins and outs, and then we get this lovely little jingle jangle song while they explore, which, like, is this an original? Who sang it? Who wrote it? But yeah, I thought that was a little, I don't know. And then I feel like I could have predicted the fact that it was going to backfire and Hiram was going to move his while they were doing it. I don't know what their goal was, what Veronica's goal was of getting in there and taking the pictures and threatening him with them.
Oh, it was because of Penny.
Right, but
because Penny Peabody's.
We all knew he was going to move them. So why were you so open with your cards right off the bat?
I don't know.
I feel like there's bigger fish to fry than Penny.
Yeah.
And Penny Peabody or whatever.
Also, while this is happening, Jug is still in jail. Not Jug, Archie.
I was like, wait, when did Jug go to jail?
Archie's
in jail this whole time.
I don't know what this is about. Oh, Jughead gets moved because he's gonna. Why'd your vacuum always have
this fucking vacuum?
He moves cells or something. He starts working out with these other guys because he's like in cahoots with the warden now. And the guy introduces himself. He goes, "My name's Baby Teeth." Baby Teeth? Baby Teeth.
And I thought some of these serpent names were bad, like Tall Boy or Fangs.
No, Baby Teeth. And then, they start a chapter of the farm at the school.
Yes.
This girl's been here like a fucking week.
And she just started a club.
No.
She just started a club.
And then Ethel is talking to Jughead and Betty about G&G. They want to get the manual for it from Ethel, but then Ethel's like, Betty's not worth it. What does she mean by that? Like, I just don't understand. I thought G&G was a game for everybody, but Betty's not worth it. She's not worth it.
But we come to find out she's trying to fucking, like, kiss him and stuff.
Oh.
Kiss Jug. It's a quest. It's a part of the quest.
Okay, sir. And then I put J&J and G&G. Is there a connection? Jingle Jingle.
Ooh. Then I think after that, Betty goes home and the farm is in her living room.
Oh my god, yeah. And they're like, we need help.
Yeah, and I want to know why Alice is openly telling Betty she trusts the farm more than her own fucking daughter.
Oh my god.
When at the beginning of season 2, or no, not the beginning of season 2, towards the end of season 2, she makes her daughter kill the shady man with her and hide it and cover it up.
And they're like, nobody can know.
Exactly.
But now they can know?
No.
And then the farm knows all of the secrets about the wig, about the webcamming.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
How do they know that?
But then Jughead decides to make a stupid decision and drinks the juice.
Yeah.
And then kisses Ethel afterwards.
Yeah.
He's like, let's keep playing.
And then he gets it, and he's like reading it, and then he turns around, and she's like,
Right.
the one that's supposed to have poison in it.
Oh.
I need to ascend. But luckily, our Queen Ethel is not gone yet. Well, not our Queen Ethel, our Queen Barb. She just happens to play Ethel.
Yeah.
She's not gone yet, ladies and gentlemen. No, she gets to the hospital in time. Then I want to know. They take the G&G manual home, and FB and Alice are burning it, and basically like, don't play this game because I said so. You gotta give people details.
Yeah.
They're children. They don't give a fuck
Yeah.
that you said so because they're teenagers.
And it's like this. I think Veronica says it. Like, if you tell them not to do it, they're gonna want to do it more.
Because you're not giving any real
Yeah.
reasons, and I know they're like,
They're trying to figure out what's bad about this.
yeah,
And if you don't tell them why.
they're gonna just figure it out for themselves.
Yes.
I thought that was just like a huge, like, not plot hole, obviously. 'Cause
Yeah.
But anyways.
And then Fred is okay with Archie fighting.
Yeah, that was weird to me.
I thought Fred was normal.
Yeah. Well,
He is.
taking
So
a turn for the worse.
He's like, well, do what you have to do while you're in here, which like
Yeah,
makes sense. It's like
I guess.
he doesn't have much options.
Yeah. And then at the very end, we see the Gargoyle King. Right?
Oh, with Jug.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like he's like, it's not like that statue like at the sisters. It's like the guy with the big.
Yeah. But we haven't even gotten to the statue yet.
No, I know, but I'm just.
Yes.
Yeah, making sure.
But it's
we're
like
on the same page.
outdoors in the woods.
But it brings up like a lot of questions for me. Like, do you like? How do you see the Gargoyle King? Like, do you need to be high on Jingle Jangle? Does he really just show himself? Is this a real thing? Because it looks very mythical.
Yes.
And it's from this mythical-led game.
yeah.
But then, like, at the end of, I don't know, episode like 6, I think it is, it's in Hiram's office. He like cheers it.
Yeah.
And
I hate this season.
And so he's like, you know, and I'm like, wait a minute, who can see it? Because I don't think Hiram's on the Jingle Jangle.
But then we find out that it's a real person.
I know, but like in
at
this
first,
moment,
the way it doesn't make
I'm like,
it doesn't seem.
what is this?
Yeah.
Like, is it mythical?
It's like Bigfoot, basically.
Yeah, it was so weird to me, the establishment of it. Anyways.
Also, Le Bon Nuit. Fucking, they're setting it up, and Josie's like, "Oh, cool! I've been trying to find myself," and then this bitch starts singing jazz. Jazz.
Maybe her dad will come watch her play now.
You think he's gonna show up to Le Bon Nuit?
It's the most exclusive club
But
in
like
Riverdale.
the whole time, like she had such beef with her fucking dad because he didn't like what she was doing.
She didn't want to sing jazz.
And now she's like all for it because of Veronica. No.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's like that I have for episode 3.
Yeah, same.
Episode 4.
Oh my god.
My favorite fucking episode of this show so far.
It's just unfortunate it's in season 3.
Yeah. But it's my favorite show.
I love the flashback episode.
Yes. So I love that everybody is basically playing their parents.
Yeah.
I love that because you didn't have to introduce new characters.
No.
You knew exactly what was happening, who was related to who.
Yep. Who was supposed to be who?
Yes, very easy to like watch and understand.
Yes, Hiram's played by his real life son, which I thought was so cute.
Yeah.
I did want to know though, before we jump into the flashback, why the fuck is Kev heading up this hotline? Like, and then he's like, it's not open while I'm in school. What? Anyways, okay, but to the flashback. I just had to talk about that for 1 second. To the flashback.
Oh, okay, so basically, hold on, before we go to that. So, Alice and FP burned their manual.
Yeah.
And then they show up the next day at school. Everybody has a manual in their locker.
Yep.
So everybody in the town is playing G&G. Yeah?
And we find out that was thanks to Ethel.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Queen Ethel.
So, flashback, we love it. I think it was super funny to learn who Hermione and Penelope were
Yes.
versus who they are now.
Yes.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of
But
the
also,
flashback.
Josie's mom also. Because she was
Yeah.
very like, mayor? That's what you want to be?
Yeah, and then like she wasn't following the rules. Like she was like, no, I don't have a fucking hall pass. Who cares?
Yeah. I wrote down, is detention still a thing?
Yeah, my sister got one.
My high school didn't have detention. Like, not that, like, real detention. Like, Saturday detention's definitely not a thing.
No, we didn't have Saturday detentions.
Yeah.
No, you had to stay after school.
Because
Like,
we got rid of ISS in, like, middle school.
yeah.
So I just don't understand.
Okay.
I love that we find out that FP didn't want to be a serpent, but his dad wanted him to be it.
Yeah.
So it says a lot of, like, why he didn't want Jug to join.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we find out Cheryl's fucking mom, Miss Penelope, she got adopted at the age of 8 from the Sisters of Quiet Mercy in order to be groomed into marrying, what's his name? Clifford Blossom.
Which brings up a plot hole that we were talking about earlier. Where's Claudius in this situation?
Yeah, because when they show that, like, that flashback, even more bigger flashback, it shows, like, her meeting him
Yeah.
at Pops.
So why wasn't there someone adopted? Because they said, show me all the redheaded children. So there's
Yeah.
more than just Penelope there. But now she's his wife. And then, again, this is where we get that the kids are all falling for the same people, like, in quotes, of course. They're obviously not, but...
Isn't Pillow good?
I do want to know, though, why did Skeet not play FP the first? So, like, Jug is playing FP,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
but then Skeet Ulrich does not play his
His own dad.
dad, which would be Jug's grandpa.
I don't know.
But why didn't we get Skeet as... Anyways, it's nitpicky,
Yeah.
of course, but...
No, I don't know. And then we find out that Fred and Alice kissed.
Oh, yeah!
Like, what?
That was wild to me. And then Hermione and FP, like, actually got along, which is funny because what we just finished watching is them kind of being in cahoots.
Yes.
She is, of course, trying to double cross him.
Yes.
But it's funny knowing that they also kind of got along in high school.
And then we find out that there was another drug back then when G&G was also introduced that was called Fizzle Rocks.
Yes.
Which are basically like pop rocks laced with drugs. Featherhead, their school principal, died in the school.
Where Jughead was sleeping.
Yes! I was literally going to say that. I was like, what? Like, they found him like a week later. His corpse was rotting. The flies were, like, they literally said the flies were hard to ignore. And they open up the little fucking room. He pops out with blue lips.
No, that's too much. Also,
Yeah.
the school looks the exact same. Sorry.
It does.
But
It does.
okay.
And then I ended it by saying Jug wants to be the king.
The Serpent King?
No,
or
he
the,
wants to
the
be
gargoyle.
the gargoyle.
King. Yeah.
He wants
This
to
is- no.
ascend to that level.
No, that creeps me out. I feel like now we're into weird writing for Jug. Last season was weird writing for Archie. I couldn't
Yes.
understand his motives for wanting to be Hiram's like puppet.
No.
I don't understand Jug wanting to play this game. But oh well.
Episode 5, right?
Yeah, okay, but this kind of is a crossover, but it's episode 5 that I'm ready for as well.
Mhm.
So, episode 4 ends with Betty, like, walking up to Jug on, like, the street or the school hallway or something and being like, you won't believe the story my mom just told me. Or maybe they're in bed. Oh, no, yeah, with them in bed discussing the story that Alice just told Betty. Then, episode 5 starts with Betty being like, oh my god, my mom told me that our parents used to play G&G. And I was like, we just told him. Do we have short-term memory loss? So I just
She went to sleep and then she woke up.
Both of them. I don't know. Okay.
Apparently the game only exists in Riverdale.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
Wait, does it though? Because when they go on the run, kids are playing it in that town.
Well, like the way they talked about it in this episode is that it only exists in Riverdale because they can't find anything about it online.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, later on we
I feel
learn.
like this is another plot hole then, but okay.
Yes. I put Jug is way too invested.
Dude, it's no.
Yeah. No.
Especially we go on to have the prison break, and he's like, "No, oh my god, this is a great story for my G&G class."
Yeah.
Fuck no, get your ass and go save Archie.
He's
What
literally
the
your
fucking
best friend.
fuck, bro.
They brand Archie,
Yeah,
which
a prison.
they brand him. If Archie could get branded, I think your husband could get branded. I will never forget that.
It's very certain he does not listen to this podcast. Oh my god.
I put once again Veronica's bad wig.
Oh my god. And then who brought her there? Was it Reggie or was it her dad? To that fight. Because they're like
It's Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie brings her there. I'm like, Reggie, what was your goal in bringing her there? This is still currently her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, Jug not wanting to save Archie. Instead, he changes his quest to a similar story.
Yeah.
What?
This episode was very confusing to me because it was like, is the game real life Riverdale? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, is the way they're playing, is it like somehow magically controlling what happens? Or is it just
Coinking.
yeah, which I think it's weakening.
Yeah, I do too. Why did Joaquin kiss Archie and then stab him?
I don't know.
I thought we were gonna get like a love confession because they've actually known each other for a long time. He's like, and then he's like, hurrah!
But we find out that it's all because the warden wants Joaquin to ascend.
Yes.
Because if Joaquin ascends, so does the warden.
And now, Archie has to go fight with a stab wound.
Yes, and then we find out the guy he's fighting is fucking Mad Dog.
Mad Dog is back. He
Where was
wasn't
he?
dead.
Where was he? Who knows?
Not dead.
Came back from the grave. Undertaker style.
I forgot I wrote this, and then I wrote it in the wrong spot, and I forgot about my arrow. I said Mike vibes with Veronica and this god-awful
Yes!
He's reviewing PLL!
Dude, he used it in the Glee one too.
Okay, sorry.
But yes.
But yeah, so now he's gonna fight with his stab wound. He's fighting Mad Dog. Mad Dog is all on board to help him get out of here, but he's already tried to fit through the grate, and he's too fucking big. So,
He's ready for football season.
he knows the highs and lows.
But instead of doing that, he fights off all of the guards and stuff.
So Archie can get away even
Yeah.
better. And Kevin casually sees Joaquin running away, and then ends up running after him.
After Betty shows up. Betty shows up first.
Right, thank God he waited, because he finished his job and then he's like, I have to go get Joaquin. But then, magically, during this trickery, now Kevin is back on the back of Betty's motorcycle.
I wrote Archie is a red Peloton. Like, question mark? Like, huh?
Yeah.
What? In what world? And then we find out the warden is playing the game.
Right, and Betty's gonna mace him while everyone has their guns pointed at her. I love that for her.
And then they announce that Archie's escaped jail.
They drop him into the bunker.
Literally.
Literally.
And then Hermione goes to talk to the warden, and one of the security guys goes in and is like, "Hey, she's here to see you." And he's like, "All right." And he opens up the little letter from the game. Fucking pour cyanide in his little cup. Sippy sippy.
Kills himself. Dead. Blue lips.
Dead.
We need to make some blue Kool-Aid.
I'm trying to.
Next week.
Blue lipstick. But I'm trying to figure out, like, who found him dead? Hermione?
Maybe, or not assistant.
It would have been the
type person went back in there.
Yeah,
and
the
was
sergeant or whatever that
hey,
came
why
in
didn't you
with her.
come back out? And then was like, oh fuck, my man's dead.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so episode 6 starts and they're like threatening Hermione as mayor, brings Minetta in to the school.
Oh, I literally wrote, I hate this season at the top. Because I hate it so much. Like,
but why the fuck is Minetta threatening children? Only Hermione is present. They're minors. Without parents. Present.
I put Archie as a sacrifice. Because apparently that's what the symbol they branded him with was. He's a sacrifice. And then,
Which makes sense.
doesn't make any sense. Fucking Joaquin all of a sudden doesn't care about the serpents. He's a part of a new gang. The Gargoyle Gang. Ugh, stupid.
I hate this season.
No, this is when I went, what is the mom Blossom's name? Because I forgot her name for such a long time.
But she goes, call me Auntie. No, Penelope.
Later on, I put Penelope somewhere. Like I figured, oh yeah, this one. I didn't find out until episode 10. So all the rest of season 2 up to episode 10 or season 3, yeah, I didn't know what the fuck her name was.
Okay. Call me Auntie. No, Penelope, I will not.
Oh, I put Macho Archie is looking for the guys in the forest.
What guys?
The guys that confessed.
Oh.
That confessed.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you have a stab wound that's infected.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, okay, my favorite line from Kev so far is, "You're a sneeze away from tearing that open."
Yeah.
Which is like, it's so true. But
Yeah.
like, it was just so funny. It's just so stupid. Like, Archie, calm the fuck down. Go back in the bunker and stay there.
Yep.
That's your only safe place. Like, come on. And then we find out that Sheriff Minetta doctored the videos that he turned into the court. So we do find out that the people that confessed were lying and they were coerced.
Yes.
I hate Hiram.
Don't we all?
Because he's a douche in this season.
Oh my god.
Ugh. And then he's wearing like a pinstripe suit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
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 Which brings us close to the end where Alice is off to the farm and Betty is off to the sisters.
But like, why would she send her to the sisters?
Because she's an orphan now.
Oh. I had not thought about that.
She's
Oh my
basically
God.
abandoning her motherly duties.
Oh my god. Oh, you missed the part where the Gargoyle King breaks into the Cooper house.
Oh, fuck! That's right.
Yes, but then Betty gets into the sisters, and Archie's
Running
cleared.
away.
He's
Oh.
cleared of all convictions.
Oh, yeah.
But then he still decides to run away
Because
with
he's
Jughead.
Scared of Hiram, breaks up with Veronica, and he's running away with Jughead. What?
No.
Basically, it's a one-sided breakup because Archie's like, we're breaking up, and she's like, you're not breaking up with me right now, Archie Andrews. Well,
Don't
he
make me
fucking
say
is.
goodbye.
He fucking is. So I don't know what to tell you, bitch.
Like, so technically she did cheat on him. They didn't break up on the phone.
She's trying to say they're not breaking up. He is. Oh, but I have notes about that because she's like, okay, never mind. I'll just be.
Yeah, that's literally my thought right now. So
What?
they run away together. Fucking
Yeah.
Betty goes to the sisters, and then she picks up one paintbrush to paint, and she walks in the room. Everybody's painting the fucking Gargoyle King. I would have been fucking terrified.
No.
I just thought it was so funny. Like, she comes in every 5 years.
Okay, so episode 7.
A lot happens in this episode.
Too much. I want to know why Jug is not more worried about Betty.
Right. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're real friends. Like, nobody cared about Betty or where she was.
No.
Nobody. And like,
No.
honestly, later on, Veronica, when she comes back, Veronica's like, oh, I thought you went to the farm. Betty spoke about how much she doesn't trust the farm.
Yeah.
And you didn't even go look for her, but you went to go look for Cheryl?
Yeah. I didn't get that. Like, and? I don't know.
I put Cal and Biff. You could have come up with better fake names. Cal and Biff.
I said this new town feels like a horror movie.
Yes. I thought it was weird because there's an Athens, Texas. So I was like, did they go all the way to Texas? But no. They say it's still nearby.
Yeah, okay, clearly, because Hiram fucking finds them in it. How far away did you run? If Hiram can find you, and then you go a little bit further to Toledo, and Penny finds you. So where the fuck is Riverdale? Because I did look it up, and Chicago to Toledo, Ohio is 4 hours.
Oh, that's not that bad.
So where's
But
Riverdale?
still, yeah.
Is it in the middle? How did you walk to Toledo, Ohio? And then later on, Veronica's like, they were in Canada. No, the fuck they weren't. They were in Ohio. Bitch! You could live in Ohio if we knew where Riverdale was. Okay.
And then we find out that all the men in the town are off away working a job. They don't say what job yet.
For Hiram.
Yes.
We know. Well, we know now at the end, but
they get to this farm. They sleep the night there, and the next day we wake up and we get to see Archie as a fucking cowboy. Hot.
Yes.
I put hot, but like book cover hot.
Yeah, like those stupid.
Like kind of like Gus from Floribela.
Mhm.
Like that kind of hot.
Mhm.
Not like hot enough for me to date you.
But then they call Hiram, and that's when. But while we're learning, like, the girl is like trying to be into him or whatever, and then what they're gonna be Cal and Biff, but I'm running away from Hiram Lodge.
He just tells him.
Why is Biff running from Hiram Lodge? Maybe are you fucking Archie Andrews?
Yeah. And then so they get. Archie stays behind.
Yes.
Jug goes out to the close town and gets some cool pictures. And when he's there, he finds out it's covered in the same symbols for G&G.
Right, and then we do learn that another place is playing G&G.
Yes, and then we find out that Jingle Jangle and Fizzle Rocks are kind of the same thing.
Yep.
Because of this old lady that's just sitting out in the middle of nowhere.
I said, who is this random lady in town?
Right?
And then basically, so he runs back to the house to tell Archie what's going on, and Hiram shows up, and Archie ran away for one day and is ready to fucking quit. He's running away because he's scared of Hiram Lodge. Hiram Lodge is here to get him, and he's like, let's fucking go!
Yeah.
No.
Also, okay, this is like a side bit. Who is making Jug's serpent t-shirts? Because he's always wearing a shirt with an S on it for the serpents, but like,
Yeah.
who? He has so many different colors. Like, does he buy them in bulk?
Probably. What's that one called? Customing.
Shout out to you. We find out that the prison that all the men are working at is a drug lab.
Yes, they're helping build the.
Yes. Oh, this is when Archie doesn't kill Hiram for Veronica because he's like,
Right.
she can't forgive you if you do that. That's her daddykins.
But you're her Archiekins.
But then Veronica leaves the Pembroke finally and starts sleeping at the speakeasy.
Yeah. I said Veronica is very quickly becoming her father because we get this intro into like they're not making enough money, so she's gonna have like a casino night. And Reggie's like, wait, what? And then she's like, no, it's okay for one night. And I'm like, no, you're very quickly becoming Hiram Lodge.
So then casino night happens.
She fucking gambles with Pops, which I know they go to explain why she does it.
Doesn't make sense.
But no, it kind of does.
It does, but at the same time, like, are you dumb?
Yeah, I just think
It's
okay.
And then the sisters are giving
Fizzle Rocks.
Fizzle Rocks to the patients.
They call it candy.
Yeah. I don't know what this means. I wrote Veronica, Betty, Pops.
I couldn't tell you either. Betty isn't here.
I know. That's I don't know what that's doing there.
Now Jug is acting like he's into Ethel as I play G&G so that he can continue to like ascend and stuff and all that.
Is that what? Yes.
That's what I wrote. I said Jug is into Ethel.
Yeah, because he's like in the hospital, like trying to talk to her.
Yeah, and he's acting like he's like into her.
I was just so confused because I thought, but it doesn't. It's not until later that Ethel becomes Betty's roommate in the hospital. That's what I was confused about.
Yep, you're right.
And then we see the Blossoms delivering stuff to the sisters in their maple syrup fucking truck. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Man in Black shows up, Hiram him fucking self.
Yeah. And she just happened to be outside for rec time.
They're like gardening.
What?
Gotta have a green thumb. And then, okay, this end to this one was pretty smart. Ethel does show up here.
Yeah.
So Ethel is now at the sisters.
Right. Because they think she's suicidal. Her family thinks she's suicidal, so she gets put into orphan care.
It's orphan care. Yes.
Okay.
But then Betty fakes a seizure.
Yeah.
So she can go to the...
I said, did Betty really think this would work?
It did. It did apparently.
I guess.
And then she finds out Hiram is using the sisters' patients as lab rats. And then they take... Betty tries to run away the same way that they took Cheryl out.
Oh, that's what I said. Did Betty really think this would work now that I think about it? Yeah. Yeah.
So she tried to sneak out. It didn't work.
But I'm like, that's why I'm like, yes, that's exactly why. I'm like, you just did this like months ago.
Also at the same time, like, why would they keep that door there? Like,
okay.
And then I put Betty going crazy because they stick her into the room where apparently she's gonna see the Gargoyle King.
So now we're to episode 8, and the entire Vixens have a seizure.
Except for Cheryl.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it either. I don't. We find out Hiram might be behind the seizures.
Yes, but they're not really clear why yet.
Oh, and then we find out the king is not at the sisters.
Right. It's a statue.
They're trying to grab all the Vixens and everybody that's had a seizure and say that they're infected with something and they want to get them tested.
Yes.
And then Penelope has this fucking seizure.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that was fake, though.
Yeah, I did too. I thought she was faking it so they could start asking questions.
Yep. But with Archie and Jug, we finally meet Gladys and Jellybean.
Jellybean!
We love her.
Oh, let me go back to Riverdale.
Oh, sorry.
The school is closing.
Oh, yes.
The school closes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, now we can talk about.
So we finally meet Gladys and Jellybean. Gladys implies that Archie and Jug are together. What?
She's like, oh, y'all finally lovers?
What? And then I start to kind of have like a beef with Gladys. Because she's like, my son has finally come home. We must feast. Ma'am, you left.
Yeah.
You left. And then
I thought it was so
later,
weird that, like, it was so casual.
Yeah.
How she was like, oh, nothing happened between us. Like we were a perfect family.
You
left.
You
upped and left.
You fucking left.
But, like, I'm not mad at her for why she left. Because FP was a drunk. But it's like the way she's talking about it, like, okay,
Yeah.
you could also taken Jughead with you and you chose not to.
Exactly, and then Gladys is super lectury with Jug, but like, you left him. You like, are you really a mother? Anyways, okay, my beef with Gladys.
Okay, and then
Jelly beans into Archie.
oh yes,
Gross.
she's like
You
12.
are a physical child. They're just not legal adults.
They're acting.
Ugh.
But then, what's her fucking name?
Oh, I forgot this quote before we left Riverdale. My bad. I'm cuckoo bananas for you.
Oh my god, I was gonna write that down too. Ah, I fucking hate that.
Cheryl, what the literal fuck?
I'm
Cuckoo bananas for you.
Oh, this season also makes me very, very
Okay.
angry with them.
What?
With JJ and fucking Cheryl. How they're deciding to be burglars all of a sudden.
Oh, Tony and Cheryl. Yeah.
She calls her TT. That's what it is. TT, not JJ.
TT. But
Um,
but she calls her brother JJ. Twincest! Okay.
maybe she. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what if she was being groomed for him?
I think maybe.
Anyways, so Archie goes for a fucking nightly walk or some shit, and Penny fucking Peabody Bottom, whatever the fuck her name is, shows up once again.
Yeah, Penny Peabottom is out here, and that's what I said. First Hiram finds them, now Penny. You all can't have gone that fucking far.
But then Jellybean knocks her out with like a fucking rock.
Oh my god, she saves her boyfriend, so hey, pop off.
I was like, it's that easy. Fucking Jellybean can
my
do it.
God.
Like, come on. Oh, so Betty does get out,
yes.
and she.
But they have to
gets
make it a
everybody else
quest
out.
because the other girls don't want to leave.
Yes.
They waterboard Penelope with maple syrup.
They all think Betty was at the fucking farm.
Yeah.
Which in what fucking world?
And then the dads show up in Toledo to save the day, and they look yummy as fuck.
Oh yes.
Ugh, Fred and FP.
And then we find out that G&G was started at the sisters. Like the game was started there to scare them.
Yes.
Come on, go. And then
So Betty's gonna be the Griffin Queen to get everyone out. Good fucking
what
lord.
the fuck is Hiram up to? I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Wouldn't we all like to know? Oh, Cheryl gets on the table to declare war. To go save Betty and the other girls. Yeah.
Makes
The children threaten Mayor Lodge. Okay.
Back to Jellybean. When the dad's showing up.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite quotes. Can I get a hug? Can I get a dad?
Your mother took you away! I know he was drunk, but your mother is the reason you haven't had a father since then. He's better!
Also, like, Fred helps Archie hide.
Yeah, with the dog.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cute. But like, also at the same time, okay, we'll talk about the next episode.
Okay.
Hiram, like, he's talking to somebody on the phone and he's like, not God, the king.
Yeah. And then
Like-
Cheers the gargoyle.
Yeah, like, what the
No.
fuck? And then
And we're in
this-
lockdown.
Yes. The episode ends with the town in a quarantine, which doesn't make any sense because episode 9, it's like a week, 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later.
Mhm.
Like, it's like fast forward, which, like, you don't need to do that in the middle of a fucking season.
Well, yeah. But I don't think we would have got anything out of the lockdown.
Yeah.
So I do understand it from that point of view. And so Cheryl and Tony have become cat burglars during this quarantine, which I think we all picked up a lot of interesting hobbies during COVID's quarantine. And obviously this was filmed before that. But cat burglars, I don't think there's a whole lot of them. I want to know how Jug got back into Riverdale.
Right, that's like what I want to know. Like, they all of a sudden, like, where were they at during that time? Did they go back to Toledo?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone that escaped the sisters is now staying at Betty's, including Jughead. Like, what?
Just pray that didn't wake up my mom. Ma'am, it's a literal, like, I'm being murdered scream.
I put what's his name gets attacked by the gargoyles. Oh, Reggie. Reggie gets
Oh,
attacked
yeah,
by the gargoyles.
in his delivery truck.
Which, again, what time period are we in? He's using a fucking hot rod to make these deliveries.
And then later on, when they trap them, because the serpents start being their detail, it's like a paper back or cloth back delivery truck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then out of everything that's happened in this show so far, this was by far the most outrageous fucking bullshit that's happened. Archie got attacked by a grizzly bear. A fucking grizzly bear.
And he has hallucinations while he lays there to die.
It was so ridiculous. And then also, when he escapes the grizzly bear, he fucking makes it back to his cabin.
Vegas is fine. Like, bless. Do not get me wrong. I did not want to see a dog in pain.
Yes.
But that is so illogical.
But when he gets into the cabin, Vegas is not inside with him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because Vegas lays down in front of the bed at one point.
Yeah, but when he first comes in, he opens the door, he rushes and like he closes it. Vegas is not inside, and it's like you can hear Vegas barking as though he's outside. But then when he does go lay down, Vegas is inside. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Somebody wasn't paying attention to that, but I was. So I was like, what happened to Vegas? Is he all right?
Yeah, I see what you're meaning now.
Yeah.
Betty tells her mom that the girls can't go because she imprinted on them. Like, okay, Renesmee. Okay, Renesmee.
The
fucking shit.
The sisters, A Quiet Mercy, they go to jail.
Yep.
And now are taking a vow of silence.
But they're
because
fake
they're
nuns.
Yep.
So it doesn't work. So an anonymous buyer pays their bail and they run away. Wonder who the fucking anonymous buyer was. Oh wait, this time they're anonymous donator.
Fangs is dealing drugs because his mom needs treatment or some shit.
And so he has to get kicked out of the serpents.
Cheryl and TT break into the Pembroke, steal the
Glamourget.
The Glamourget egg.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Fabergé.
Well, in real life, they're Fabergé eggs.
Fabergé. There we go. Okay.
But it's just like their share B&Bs on here and the Shankshaw prison. Yeah. Like they're close but different, and it's so funny to me.
And then the Farmies want the sisters' kids. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I put the nuns aren't really, or the sisters aren't really nuns? ? They've been out of commission for like fucking 60 years.
Yeah.
Nobody else noticed that? Cheryl and TT are out of the serpents because they've been burglarizing shit. Archie has some weird ass fucking hallucinations where he sees everybody he's met that's basically died.
Yeah, and then he has a vision where he has to kill himself so that he's no longer a bad person.
But his dad's in the room.
But his dad's there.
It was so weird.
And then after that, Veronica sings like to Reggie as he comes back into the La Bonne Nuit. And she's already performing, and then basically she's just like singing to him the rest of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was really weird because I was like, when did your feelings change? Then like 2 minutes ago, we just wanted to be with Archie. Don't hang up on me.
And then she knows how expensive this fucking Fabergé egg is.
Mm-hmm.
And she breaks it. And she's like, new deal. No deal. With her dad?
Yeah, but like
fucking stupid.
I don't know. Pop off, though.
All the kids are at the farm. All of the sisters' kids are at the farm now.
And then we find the sisters.
The sisters.
Because I said Hiram Lodge is so dirty paying their bail. And then okay. And then the nuns, they ran away, but no, they didn't. They just went back to The Sisters of Quiet Mercy, and it's a mass suicide in front of the skull-headed statue.
I hate this show so much. I hate this season. This season is just
Okay.
chaotic.
We have 2 episodes left. We're almost there.
Episode 10. Okay. Knowing how much has happened, I know they like to make the last episodes extra juicy. So this is gonna be hard for me to go back and watch the rest of the season.
Oh, I know.
I just want to skip it and forget about it. Archie is back in
He
town.
walked home because he survived a bear attack, so Hiram isn't scary anymore.
No, he got attacked by an actual bear. Nothing gets scary.
Okay.
Alice gave away all of Betty's money to the farm.
What a bitch. Then we have the whole school drama with Archie. We really don't need to talk about it because we already did, but the SATs are in less than a week and Betty's going to get him ready.
I put, they're worried about the SATs, question mark. Like, your friend got attacked by a bear and he just got back.
But we got to
And
get
then-
him ready for the SATs. And
And then
then
this Saturday,
he has the meeting with the principal and he thinks his school should have just gone unpunished and he's not going to graduate with his friends. I just... skip next. Okay. Oh, the Gargoyle King has an inner circle.
he got more friends than I do.
Okay.
They throw Archie. It was supposed to be a study party,
Mm-hmm.
but then it turned into an Archie welcome back party.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this party, Veronica starts singing in Spanish. But before, Archie literally mentioned that he would stop taking French and start taking Spanish so he could talk to her in Spanish, but he doesn't. Because she's
Right.
like, no, don't do that. So who is she speaking in Spanish to?
She's just showing off her bilingual skills. But
Nobody
don't-
understands these lyrics.
No, and then don't forget she calls him lover. And I'm like, bitch, you were just talking about how he's your ex. You broke up. You were trying to get it on with Reggie.
Ugh.
You're literally proving Reggie's point right now.
Yeah.
So then Reggie gets on Bumble.
I wrote that.
Product placement.
But like, also, aren't you supposed to be like 18 and older to go on
Yeah,
this?
I'm pretty sure. I think you can have a Bumble friends. But you have to be 18 to have a Bumble like relationship
Yeah.
one.
Betty goes to see her dad. Her dad confesses that he used to be the Gargoyle King, but then we find out he lied just to
Just
keep
keep
her.
Betty around.
Yeah, just to keep her coming back.
And Alice Cooper has been visiting. No, Penelope Blossom.
Yup.
She's giving him some ass
Yup.
in jail. Which, like, how? She's in a glass box, but she can go in there?
Also, small town vibes. The small town. You're telling me you don't know the difference between fucking Penelope and Alice?
Yeah, the guards.
Come on. Come on. We find out that Tall Boy is the Gargoyle King after the serpents ambush
Right.
the inner little circle. Oh, back to your ice punching. We get to Archie punching the skull mirror.
Because he runs out on the SATs. And then what? So Veronica doesn't follow him because she doesn't get a 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like also the SATs you can retake 1,000 times.
That's the other thing that was driving me crazy because I only took the ACTs because I needed an ACT score to get into KU. So that's all I needed. So
I took
only
my
took that.
SATs 3 times.
I took my ACT 3 times because, and then they're like every 6 months or every 4 months or whatever, and you're just scheduled to go to whenever you want to go to.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like,
Maybe
it's
only
not
took it twice. Whatever. But
it doesn't matter. You can take it multiple times.
and you don't have to take your most recent score, right? You can just take your best.
you pick your best.
So I didn't get this at all. Why did we have to get him ready? Okay,
Claudius goes to jail
Oh yes.
because Hiram sends him there, and while he's on the phone talking about like, oh yeah, we needed someone to go down for this, he gets shot.
And then Veronica blames Archie.
Right? Oh, I
You
wanted to die at that.
Stupid bitch.
I'm sorry, but I do believe that if Archie was trying to kill your father, he would be dead.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be in the hospital. He would be dead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the fucking farm with Betty's blood money buys the Sisters of Quiet Mercy.
Yeah.
Like, in what world? Why is the farm trying to come to Riverdale if they're doing fine where they're at?
Yep.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
So then Claudius kills himself in jail. Hermione and FP start working together, or so we think.
I want to get to that later.
Okay.
They kill Tallboy by accident.
Oh, that's right. I did forget that happens. For some reason, I thought that was the next episode.
So they took.
Oh, I know why.
They took Tallboy and they hid him in the bunker, and he tried to escape, and they accidentally kill him. Fangs accidentally kills him.
Pop off, King.
And then we find out Archie is drinking. Like, man is an alcoholic at 16, which, like, it can happen, but, like, where's he buying it from? Where's he getting it from?
It's a small town.
No one's gonna sell him alcohol. And then the most juicy part of this episode, my boyfriend FP becomes the sheriff.
Yes, he's working with Hermione. And my last note is, how is Betty still trusting her fucking father? All he's done is lie. He lied about the Blossom Blood. He lied about being a Gargoyle King, and
he's literally a murderer, a serial killer.
Hi, Dad. Can you tell me about this? Can we talk about Mom? No. Last but not least,
we are halfway through season.
Well, because that's 22.
Yeah, we're halfway through season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 11. Betty is still talking to her dad.
Yep.
I don't understand why. But also, like, you have a crazy mom and she's in a cult.
Yep.
And it's like, what is it? My Favorite Murder, when they're like, you're in a cult, call your dad. Like,
yeah.
It's giving that type of vibe, but, like, your dad's also a murderer.
Archie starts working on the crew with his dad.
He goes fucking crazy. Testosterone fucking out the ass.
Good fucking lord.
He starts fighting everybody. Apparently Hiram is having an affair.
Again, I think this is so funny because that's his real life wife. So Riverdale is a family affair for Mark Consuelos.
Everybody's getting paid.
Uh-huh. Anyways.
There's a Riverdale sex club called the Maple Club,
Oh
run by Penelope Blossom.
Penelope herself, so I guess Hiram finally came through.
I don't think he did, though, because they're in a hotel.
Yeah, but she was still supposed to get help financially, I believe, to start her brothel.
Archie goes to the speakeasy and is drinking like crazy.
And yelling at Reggie. He wants a new bartender.
And then Josie's the one that saves him and makes him, like, she gives him a cold shower.
Yeah, physically and...
mentally.
Or something like that?
Yeah, she's like, you need a mental and physical cold shower.
Oh my god.
I put, what's up with the poison in this show? Everybody's dead by poison. Everybody.
Because it's Penelope.
Yeah. But, like, still, like, there's so many different poisons that are being used. I put Betty is a murderino.
Mm-hmm.
100%. She's all up in it. She's into it.
Mm-hmm. The runoff is causing the seizures.
Yes, the water was poisoned.
Which is very interesting. And then we find out that that's why Hiram's lady is here. She's giving it a clean bill of health because she's a water inspector.
And she got a Fabergé egg out of it.
Oh shit, girlfriend.
Like, why is Hiram handing these out like candy?
Because he's rich.
You get one. You get one.
Rich.
I'm sorry. No, give me cold hard cash, please. What am I gonna do with this fucking egg?
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that Hermione is the one having an actual affair with the sheriff. That was said to be dead and found with his head cut off.
Fake body.
Fake body.
Fake body.
We go to the coroner that's very easily bought and bribed, and we find out that Hermione faked his death.
We love that
Dun,
for the
dun, dun.
coroner.
And then Jughead confronts FP, and FP is like, I'm the one that shot Hermione. No, Hiram. Honestly, they can both die. I don't care.
No.
Kill them. But FP shoots Hiram.
For Hermione. And then he thinks that the sheriff's office is going to protect him. No, she's setting my mans up.
Yup. I put a shot for a shot. But they're shooting someone else? I don't know. So much happened in this.
Okay.
But now, like, they take a turn And so basically she was trying to set up FP to go to jail or like take the fall for whatever the fuck they're doing. And now Hermione's like in charge of everything. Like she pulled a 180 and now she's in charge. But like it's so weird like that change that happened, because at first it's very much like, oh, Hiram's in charge. I'm just like his old lady. I'm gonna sit back. He does everything.
And now
she's like,
I think she
no.
doesn't like what he's doing.
I think it's because she's not being involved.
Yeah, she's not involved and she doesn't like it.
Because she's trying to sell
the drugs.
She's trying to sell the prison and the drugs.
So then Veronica and Reggie burn the drugs because Veronica doesn't want Hermione. I almost said her mummy. Like combining it. Okay,
it makes
Hermione to make any sort of commission off of this. Then Hermione runs in and is like mad at Veronica. Veronica tries to play off this mistake, which I think is so fucking like it's so obvious when she realizes what she's done. When she's kind of like, she's like, no, mom, like da 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 da, and her mom's like, no, I already spent this fucking money to get us out with this other issue, and then she's like, well,
she's like, oops,
figure it out, and then but like on her face you can tell she's like, oh fucking shit.
But like also, why didn't you tell her? Why didn't you tell your daughter?
Because.
But like these,
she's not really in the fucking business, especially now because she's mad at her dad.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this whole time, this whole season and part of season 2, she's basically been like, "Mom, you need to get out of this. Mom, you need to get out of this. Mom, you need to get out of this." So why wouldn't you come to your daughter that's literally telling you to get the fuck out of this situation and tell her, "Hey, I'm trying to get out of this because your dad's not cutting me in anymore." Like it doesn't make any sense.
Then Hermione and Jug wind up in a stalemate over FP being sheriff because he like finds out she's trying to like trap him or whatever.
Yes.
I was ridiculous.
But then he turns it around. FP turns it around on her.
Yep.
What does he say?
No, he says that Tallboy did it.
Oh yeah, that's what he
Which
does.
is why I thought Tallboy was in this episode earlier when I skipped over it. I thought that happened in this episode. And then Hermione kills Minetta, and she's like, bang, 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 bang.
Her lover boy.
Bit of an overkill, if you ask me.
But that is it for episode 11 for me. Do you have anything else?
No.
She's like, I'm over it. Okay, I wrote down, what do the other kids in town think of this, like, of the gang?
Honestly.
Because, like, they're dealing with so much, and it doesn't make any sense.
No.
And, like, they're juniors. What are these seniors doing? Like, they can't go to the drive-in anymore. Like, what do you do? What do you do for fun in this town?
I have no idea.
Other than solve for fucking murder.
I have no idea.
Anyways, what's your... Season 3 is a lot.
Moving on. We need to... We've got a nice break ahead of us.
So what is your what the fuck news for this week?
That this man found 100 million year old dinosaur footprint under a table.
Under a table?
Yeah. So, a man with sharp eyes discovered a rare, I don't know why it's in quotes, I'm sure we'll find out, 100 million year old dinosaur footprint under his table. The incident took place in the courtyard of a restaurant in China. So,
I'm so confused. How long has this table been there?
I know, right? He used a 3D scanner. It belonged to 2 species of cereopods, specifically a Bronchiosaurus. They're considered the largest land animal to ever exist. They were 8 meters long and existed about 145 to 66 million years ago. These dinosaurs were known to have the long neck ones, okay?
Oh, yeah. I thought those weren't real.
Apparently they are. In a rare case, as construction workers in the city have made it difficult for experts to study these fossils, but he went there and found that the footprints were very deep and quite obvious. And so yeah, basically I guess this guy was like using his 3D scanner towards the earth and like was able to detect these footprints. like through his table, like that he was sitting at this restaurant. And the reason it's my what the fuck news is because I don't understand a single thing about this fucking story.
It doesn't, I thought literally, like, there's a table outside, it was just sitting there. Like, how long has this fucking table been here for?
But it's a footprint fossil. But I don't understand how the footprint is buried in the earth. Like,
but, like, is it underneath, like, the structure of, like, the build?
I guess.
So, like, this little,
But-
this 3D scanner thing, like,
I don't know.
it can penetrate the floor?
Super confused, and apparently there's not a lot of details because the construction workers won't let them, like, construction laws in this part of China won't let anybody. I'm like, this is history, bro.
Okay. Well,
So,
that was a nice ending for this.
yeah.
Once again, we hate season 3, so we're gonna go through it as fast as possible.
Yeah, we are. I can promise you we will finish it next episode. It's not like season 2 where we thought maybe.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely do not want to talk about season 3 anymore than we have to. So we're gonna wrap this shit up in next week. And yeah.
Yeah. That is it for episode 5? 4? What episode is this?
5.
5. So we will see y'all again on episode 6. Go ahead and make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram and follow our Facebook page at whatthefuckisthis_podcast. All of our information is going to be in there. Send us a DM if you want us to do a particular show, if you have any ideas, if you have any questions, literally anything. We like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So just send us anything.
All of those ads will be in the show notes or description, depending on where you're listening /watching.
Catch y'all next episode. Bye.